Hare Krishna, Canto 3, Chapter 12, Creation of the Kumaras and Others. Maitreya continued. He said, I described to you about time, now hear about Brahma's creation. Now we must understand that unless a living entity forgets his real identity as the eternal servant of the Lord, it is impossible for him to live in material conditions of life. So Brahma first created ignorance as a matter of necessity. Brahma created the five features of ignorance, ajnana vrittis. Sasarjagre angatamishram atatamishramadikrit mahamoham cha tamaschaknya vrittayah. Tamaha is darkness in self-knowledge or self-deception, ignorance of Swarupa. Moham is illusory body conception, which is forgetfulness of one's real identity. Mahamoham is false proprietorship of enjoyable objects, possessiveness. Kamishram is anger upon frustration when one's enjoyment is obstructed. Angatamishram is unconscious state brought about by anger, sense of death. Seeing the sinful nature of his creation, Brahma was displeased. He then purified his mind by meditating on the Lord, and again he began the creation. First, Brahma created the four Kumaras who were free from all fruitive actions as their semen flowed upwards, Urdhvareta. The four aspects of Vidya, knowledge, namely Sankhya, Yoga, Vairagya and Tapas, appeared in the form of Sanaka, Sananda, Sanatana and Sanat Kumar respectively. Since Vidya is useless without Bhakti, Bhakti also is present in them, but as a secondary item. Brahma asked the Kumaras to create progeny, but they refused as they were devoted to Lord Vasudeva and they aimed only at liberation. So, disrespected by his sons, Brahma was very angered, but he tried hard to control it. Despite Brahma's efforts to control his anger by intelligence, it came out from between his eyebrows as a child with blue and red complexion, Neela Lohita. Blue representing ignorance and red representing passion. The child cried. The child said, O destiny maker and teacher of this universe, please designate my name and place. Brahma pacified the child by accepting his request and said, O best of the demigods, because you cried so anxiously, your name will be Rudra. I select 11 places for you. The 11 residences of Rudra principle or anger are the heart, the false egocentric attitude of thinking oneself to be all in all. The senses, the anger in the heart is manifested through the senses. Air of life, angry man breathes very rapidly. Sky, dense clouds roar in anger. Air, the wind blows very fiercely. Water, flood and sea water infuriated by wind appears gloomy. Fire, it sets ablaze. Earth transforms into weapons, inundation, earthly creatures like snake and tiger. The moon, extreme cold leads to collapse or even death. The sun, extreme heat, leads to heart stroke or even death. Austerity without bhakti, some yogis, philosophers and renunciants have it. So, Brahma told Rudra, you have 11 names. Manu, Manu, Mahinasa, Man, Shiva, Ritadvaja, Ugrareta, Bhava, Kala, Vamadeva and Dridavrata. You have 11 wives called as the Rudranis, Dhi, Preethi, Rasala, Uma, Niyut, Sarpi, Ila, Ambika, Iravati, Swadha and Diksha. Accept these places and wives and create progeny on a large scale. Rudra began to create progeny very similar to himself in strength, form and furious nature. The unlimited progeny created by Rudra attempted to devour the entire universe and Brahma became very afraid. So Brahma told Rudra, there is no need to create such living entities who are devastating everything and even attacking me. Please perform austerity so that you can achieve auspiciousness, bestow happiness to all jivas, recreate the universe as before and quickly know the Lord. Rudra agreed and went to the forest to perform austerity. From the body of Brahma, then the sons of Brahma manifested. The first 10 sons were Narada from the deliberation of Brahma, which is the best part of his body, appeared. Then Vasishtha appeared from his breathing, Daksha appeared from his thumb, Bhrigu appeared from his touch, Kratu appeared from his hand, Pulatsya appeared from his ears, Angira appeared from his mouth, Atri appeared from his eyes, Marichi appeared from his mind, Pulaha appeared from the navel of Brahma. Religion or dharma appeared from the right breast where the Paramatma is situated. A religion, adharma, from the back where the jiva's death takes place. Lust and desire from the heart, anger between the eyebrows, greed from the lips, power of speaking from the mouth, ocean from the penis, low and abominable activities from the anus, the source of all sins, and Kardama appeared from the shadow or splendor of Lord Brahma. Then Maitreya said, "We have heard that Brahma was once attracted to his daughter Vak, although she wasn't." Here, Maitreya said, "We have heard." So this reveals that Maitreya Muni had some hesitation and offenseless attitude in narrating this incident. Although this shouldn't be spoken, he speaks about this only to give knowledge that the strong senses could bewilder even the most learned person, and that one should be extremely careful while associating with the opposite gender. This phrase also indicates that this incident must have happened in some other kalpa in which Brahma had not yet heard the Chaturshloki Srimad Bhagavatam. Seeing Brahma so deluded, his sons and sages headed by Marichi spoke to him with very great respect. They told him, "This kind of act was never done before and it will never be done in future. This does not befit your position as the supreme being in this universe. Your character is followed by people in general for spiritual improvement. As their efforts failed to dissuade Brahma, they all prayed to the Supreme Lord who had created the cosmos to protect Dharma." So hearing his Prajapati sons, Brahma was ashamed of his act and he gave up his body mentally, which appeared in all directions as fog in darkness. The status of exalted personalities is not contaminated by apparently audacious transgression of morality. Brahma's power of creation did not diminish due to his distraction because of Vak. Brahma then continued his creation service. Brahma's further creation. The Rig Veda activities of Hota, Shastra chanting of mantras, arose from his eastern mouth. Yajurveda activities of our Advaryu, the sacrificial performance, arose from his southern mouth. Samaveda activities of the Udgata arose from his western mouth, which also has Stuti Stomam, which is singing verses. Atharva Veda activities of Brahma, which has Prayashchittam remedial measures, arose from his northern mouth. The Upavedas were Ayurveda that arose from his eastern mouth, which deals with medical science. Then Dhanurveda that deals with military art arose from his southern mouth. Gandharva Veda, which is musical art, arose from his western mouth. Sthapatya Veda, which is architectural science, arose from his northern mouth. The Panchama Veda, the fifth Veda, which is the Puranas and the Itihasas, arose from all his mouths. The Karma Tantram, which is sacrificial acts, the Shodashi and Ukta recitations for sacrifices first arose from his eastern mouth. The Purishi, which is preparation of fire and Agnistoma sacrifices, arose from his southern mouth. The Aptoryama and Atirata sacrifices arose from his western mouth. The Vajapeya and the Gosava sacrifices arose from his northern mouth. The four legs of Dharma, four ashramas and their vrittis and their types then arose. The four legs of Dharma, which is Vidya, knowledge, Dhanam, charity, Tapaha, austerity, Satyam, the truth. Knowledge and charity are equivalent to purity, and mercy, daya respectively, they all arose from the four mouths of Brahma. The four ashramas, which is Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa, arose from his body. The four types of Brahmacharya, which arose from the eastern mouth, southern mouth, western mouth, and northern mouth, these four types are Savitra, which is celibacy for 3 nights, Prajapatya, which is celibacy for a year, Brahmana, which is celibacy until learning the Vedas, and Bruhat, which is celibacy until death. So these all arose from the eastern, southern, western, and northern mouth, respectively. Then the four occupations of grihasthas, which is varta, occupations that is not forbidden like agriculture, arose from the eastern mouth. Sanchaya, performing of sacrifices, arose from the southern mouth. Salina, taking alms without begging, arose from the western mouth. Um, Silonchana, that is taking the fallen grains in the field, arose from the northern mouth. The four types of Vanaprashthas, which were Vaikhanasa, who live on wild grains, arose from the eastern mouth. Valakilya, who gives up accumulated grains on eating new grains, arose from the southern mouth. Audambara, who lives off what he acquires by walking in the direction he sees on getting up in the morning, arose from the western mouth. Penapa, who lives off grains or fruit that naturally have fallen on the ground, arose from his northern mouth. The four types of sannyasis, who are Kutichaka, who focus on karma in his own hermitage, arose from his eastern mouth. Bahavoda, who recites action and focuses on jnana, who rejects action and focuses on jnana, arose from the southern mouth. Hamsa, who are fixed in knowledge, arose from his western mouth. And Nishkriya, who have attained realization, arose from his northern mouth. The art, sciences, and celebrated hymns then arose. Logic, Vedic goals, law and order, moral codes, these arose from the four mouths, east to northern mouths. Then Bhu, Bhuvar, Swar, and other combination arose from the four mouths. Pranava Omkara arose from the heart. Then the different Vedic meters and verse writing then arose. So the Unshik meter, the art of literary expression, arose from his bodily hairs. Gayatri, that has 24 syllables, which is the principal Vedic hymn, arose from his skin. Unshik has 28 syllables, while Gayatri has 24 syllables. Then Trishup, which has 44 syllables, arose from his flesh and muscles. Anushtup, which has 32 syllables, arose from his veins. Jagati arose from, which has 48 syllables, arose from his bones. Pankti, which has 40 syllables, the art of writing verse, arose from his bone marrow. Brihati, which has 36 syllables, another type of verse writing, arose from prana. Then the audible sounds, Vaikari, Shabda Brahma, 13 vowels and 35 consonants then arose. Sparsha, with 5 classes of consonants and their nasals, arose from the soul and life of Brahma. The Swara, which is vowels, I, E, O, U, R, all these vowels, they arose from his body. Ushmanam, which is sibilant alphabets, which is total of 5 letters, arose from his senses. Antastaha, which are semi-vowels, arose from his strength. Saptaswaras, which are the 7 musical notes, Sarigama Padani, they arose from his sensual activities. Brahma, whose body is composed of the Vedas, is invested with multifarious energies and is the personal representative of the Supreme Lord. So giving up his previous body, Brahma accepted a new body in which sex life is not forbidden and concentrated his mind on creation. So from now on, he decided to create Swayambhuva Manu and Shatarupa. So seeing that creation by the powerful sages did not sufficiently increase the population of the universe, Brahma reflected. He thought, how astonishing, this misfortune has come up. While Brahma was deliberating, 2 forms, one male and one female, were generated from his body. They were still celebrated as Brahma's body. They were Swayambhuva Manu and his queen Shatarupa, who united and gradually increased the population of the universe. In due course of time, they begot 5 children, 2 sons, Priyavrata and Uttanapada, and 3 daughters, Akuti, Devahuti, and Prasuti. Akuti was married to the sage Ruchi, Devahuti to Kardama, and Prasuti to Daksha. From them, the world was filled with population. So this ends the summary of Canto 3, Chapter 12, Creation of the Kumaras and Others. Hare Krishna.